Hey guys and girls, this is host Antonio from Prof. Sanchez Collectibles A to Z eBay storefront with my latest full fragrance review. Last month I reviewed Cristiano Ronaldo's CR7 Origins perfume, which I'll link up here for the men. That was aromatic fourjour fragrance, great for the springtime. So I decided this month to put out a full fragrance review for the women, a nice springtime fragrance. Okay, so I've had these 3 months since Christmas time to review this fragrance, test out this fragrance, Electric Fantasy by Britney Spears, which I gifted to my sisters, and I've had their opinion on the fragrance and my smelling the fragrance also, and so I decided to review this fragrance. Okay, but I'll tell you, Britney Spears fragrance, they haven't slowed down during the pandemic at all. Okay, about 5 years ago, I put out a Britney Spears compilation, which I'll put up here also. And at that time, she had 22 fragrances, and now, 5 years later, she has 34 fragrances to date. Okay, so just mention some of them. Pre-pandemic, in 2019 came out Rainbow Fantasy, and also in 2019 came out Prerogative Rave, and then during the pandemic in 2020 came out Prerogative Ego, and came out Festive Fantasy, and Glitter Fantasy. Okay, and during 2021 came out Electric Fantasy, which is this one I'm going to review. Came out Fantasy Intense in 2021, and also came out Fantasy Sheer. Okay, so and then last year came out Blissful Fantasy, and in 2022 came out Naked Fantasy. So they're putting out the fragrances like 2 or 3 per year. Okay, they haven't slowed down at all, which makes Fantasy now a nice fun trivia fact. The most flankered fragrance of all time is the Fantasy line. Okay, this is the most flankered fragrance of all time now. They have 34 fragrances, and most of them are from the Fantasy line. Okay, so just they haven't stopped at all. Okay, so this fragrance, the presentation real quick here. I love the front of the box here, which looks like the electric lighting of around the fragrance, like, shimmering there, like electric bolts coming from the fragrance. I really like that play around with the front of this box. I really like that. So the back side is plain. Okay, see, it's plain design, but the front they made it like intentionally like that to make it like electrifying fragrance there. I love that front part. Okay, the top, nothing special. It's color of the fuchsia kind of box. On the bottom, just barcode, batch code, ingredients listing. And the bottle, same as most of the Fantasy line, round bottle, round cap. Always the detail of the ring, and little glitter diamond sparkles around the bottle. Okay, and plastic cap. Okay, and atomizers, something which I didn't enjoy on the fragrance, which if you look at it, if you see, it's like a short, concise burst. It's not a wide spray, it's a short, concise burst. But it smells great at the beginning. Okay, let me get into the top notes of this fragrance. The top notes of this fragrance are Passionfruit and pink pepper. Okay, the mid notes are jasmine and heliotrope, And the base notes of this fragrance is benzoin and ambroxan. Okay, so those are the notes of this fragrance. Okay, but as soon as you spray this fragrance on, immediately, the first 10, 15, 20 minutes, you're gonna smell that burst of fresh fruity floral of that passion fruit. Okay, the pink pepper's there, but it's not an outstanding note. It's that passion fruit that stands out and shines. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance opening. And it's just also sweet, passion fruit sweet, and then it transitions quickly into that mid notes of geez, I forgot, the jasmine floral, white floral, and the benzoin. Okay, so it's a sweet fragrance opening and drying down into mid notes, but it's not a cloying sweet fragrance. Okay, so which makes this, in my opinion, a very versatile fragrance for teens to adults. Okay, because the sweetness is there, but it's not an overly sweet fragrance. It's not a cloying sweet fragrance. That passion fruit and that sweet jasmine white floral combine perfectly to make this elegant fragrance that can be worn by mature women. Okay, which my sisters are in their 50s already, so and they smell great in the fragrance. But I could see a teen wearing this also, because it has that sweet juvenile young feel to it. Okay, now as it goes drying down, it becomes like this soft sweet scent, almost powdery, but not musky, not too musky, and it stays sweet throughout the longevity of the fragrance. It stays, but it becomes a softer, sweeter fragrance as it dries down. Okay, that's what I like about this fragrance, that it's not a cloying fragrance. The most sweetness that you're gonna get is on the top note when you first spray it on. Okay, then it transitions and it becomes sweet, smoother, really elegant fragrance. Okay, now this fragrance, like I said, is very versatile for any time of season, but mostly right now for the spring, summer, early fall. Okay, that time of season. Also, it could be a fun, flirty fragrance casually, or it has enough depth of this fragrance that it can be worn formally to go out at night. Okay, so this can be a daytime fragrance or a nighttime fragrance. Now the longevity of this fragrance, okay, this is I bought them 3.3 ounce 100 milliliter Eau de Toilette fragrance. Okay, this is an Eau de Toilette, but it has a pretty decent longevity. It's anywhere from 4 to 6 hours of longevity. Now, if you want to get more of the longevity, spray it on your clothes. Always test before spraying on clothes. But this happened with my sister. She sprayed on her neck and pulse points, and some of it came on the clothes. And I noticed that the next day the smell was still there. So if you want it to last longer, spray some on your clothes. Okay. The Sillage is moderate also. Okay. From the 2 to 4 hour range, it leaves a nice scent trail. Easily, when you walk by someone, they're gonna pick up that sweet, fruity, floral scent. Beautiful. And from the 4 to 6 hour range, this scent becomes skin scent. Okay, it comes closer, more intimate. Okay, so those are the points that I wanted to mention on this fragrance. Okay, now the price point, it's all over the place. I seen it from low 30s to 40 plus to retail, which you don't want to go retail with this fragrance. Okay, so my suggestion is, when you see the fragrance, pick it up, because Britney Spears fragrances don't last long. are in stock, you better pick it up because they quickly sell out. Okay, like right now, this fragrance is sold out. And most of the 2022 line is sold out currently. So my suggestion is, if you like Britney Spears fragrances, when you see one that you like, pick it up if you see it at a good price point, because the fragrances quickly sell out. Okay, I'm trying to keep them in stock on my store online, and I just can't. They keep selling out so fast. So when you see it online, my suggestion to you is pick it up quick if it's at a good price. Okay, so that's my take on Electric Fantasy. It's a great versatile fragrance that can be worn from the teens to a mature woman, in my opinion. Okay, so that's it for this fragrance review of Electric Fantasy by Britney Spears. I want to wish all of you a blessed happy Easter, and be with your family, because in these times, like I always say, friend, family, and your faith is what holds us together in these trying times in the world like they are right now. Okay, so happy Easter to my people, to my guys and my gals. Okay, and stay blessed. Okay, so God bless and take care.